Good afternoon, Ospreys. You're watching a special edition of Nest News. I'm your host, Laura Filipov. Today we will be focusing on hurricane coverage, giving you the latest updates on how this affects UNF. So stay tuned and enjoy the show. The University of North Florida has canceled all university operations, including classes, online classes, and events, from Wednesday to Saturday, with plans to resume by Sunday as Ian becomes a Category 3 hurricane. The safety and security of our students, faculty, and staff are our top priority, UNF wrote in a university-wide notice. As conditions worsen, the university will make necessary adjustments, but will ensure that residential students have food and shelter. UNF's crisis management team will continue to monitor the storm's potential impact closely and provide updates through multiple channels, the notice read. Dining Services has announced that there's a new schedule for locations on campus. Today, all locations will follow normal operations. On Wednesday, the Upper Osprey Cafe will be open from 9:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. Pita Pit and Aussie's will be open from 10 a.m. till 7 p.m. and everything else will be closed. On Thursday and Friday, all dining locations will be closed. Dining Services said they are working on possible openings on Saturday, but it is too early to tell whether that will be possible at this time. If you plan to remain on campus this week, ensure you have food and supplies. As for housing, students are encouraged to find secure housing off campus as Hurricane Ian draws closer to Florida. But the University of North Florida said they will be keeping campus housing open, according to a resident-wide email sent Tuesday afternoon. Effective immediately and until further notice, visitors and guests are not permitted within any residential area, room, suite, or apartment. Effective immediately and until further notice, the Osprey Fountains, Osprey Clubhouse, and the flats at UNF pool decks and pools are closed. Residents of Osprey Village and the flats at UNF should clear porches and balconies of all items immediately as they present a safety concern. The welcome desks at Osprey Fountains, Osprey Clubhouse, and the flats at UNF are staying open at this time. The Fountains desk is open 24 hours, the Clubhouse desk is open until midnight, and the flats desk is also open until midnight. Again, if you plan to remain on campus this week, ensure you have food and supplies. A storm surge warning is in effect for significant portions of Florida, including most of the West Coast. Starting Wednesday morning, hurricane force winds are expected in the hurricane warning area and southwest and west central Florida. Tropical storm conditions are expected by Tuesday evening. That's all we got for you today, Ospreys. Make sure to follow us on our Instagram at UNF Spinnaker and come check out our YouTube channel as well for more content. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm your host, Laura Filipov, and we'll see you next week on Spinnaker's Nest News. Stay safe, Ospreys.
While the damage doesn't compare to its southern counterparts, UNF did not escape from Hurricane Ian unscathed. Spinnaker walked around campus the evening Hurricane Ian left, when the temperature was still around 60 degrees and with 29-mile-per-hour winds, and got some close-up photos of the aftermath left by the hurricane. As you can see, the hurricane affected areas of campus such as the Bamboo Garden. As seen on our Instagram, at UNF Spinnaker, the beloved Colonel Cracker sculpture was down after the hurricane. After receiving concerned comments about him, we are happy to report that he's back up and things are going swimmingly for the sculpture. UNF resumed normal operations on Sunday, October 2nd, but advised everyone to avoid campus until they completed the assessment of campus. The final advisory about Hurricane Ian was sent out Friday, September 30th. Since then, regular events have been taking place on campus. Dining services opened back up completely on Monday, and everything is now back to normal.
Good afternoon, Ospreys. I'm Rodrigo.
And I'm Winston. Today you're watching a special edition of Nest News.
On this show, we will be covering the latest about Tropical Storm Nicole.
So stay tuned and enjoy the show.
This morning, the University of North Florida announced the cancellation of all classes, including online classes, on Thursday for the expected impacts of Tropical Storm Nicole. All events are also canceled, and university offices will remain closed, according to the Safe Ospreys alert. UNF's announcement joins others across the state, as the University of Florida, St. John's River State College, Duval County, and St. Johns County also canceled classes tomorrow. Students living on campus can expect to see more information from housing with specific updates about dining.
Tropical Storm Nicole is forecast to become a hurricane near the northwestern Bahamas and remain a hurricane when it reaches Florida's east coast tonight, according to the National Hurricane Center in Miami. It is currently expected to move across central and northern Florida into southern Georgia Thursday and Thursday night. Then across the Carolinas Friday and Friday night, the NHC reported. Maximum sustained winds are near 70 miles per hour with higher gusts, and the NHC expects strengthening today. It is expected to weaken while moving across Florida and the southeastern U.S., where it is likely to become a post-tropical cyclone. A dangerous storm surge is expected along much of Florida's east coast, portions of coastal Georgia, and the Florida Big Bend along the Gulf Coast. Heavy rainfall is expected today into Thursday. Hurricane conditions are expected across portions of the coast of southeast Florida and east central Florida starting this evening or tonight, where a hurricane warning is in effect. For more information on tropical storm and hurricane watches and warnings, visit the National Hurricane Center's website. Stay with Spinnaker as we continue to cover the impact of Tropical Storm Nicole on UNF.
The campus will reopen on Friday for activities and events, but classes will not be held and university offices will remain closed for Veterans Day as planned. Thank you to all veterans for your service.
That's just about all we have for you today, Ospreys. For all things Spinnaker, check out our website at unfspinnaker.com.
Also, make sure to follow us on our Instagram at UNFSpinnaker and check out the rest of our YouTube for more content.
As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm Winston.
And I'm Rodrigo. We'll see you next week on Spinnaker's Nest News.